Hello everyone. I'm doing this video in my car. I don't have a full face of makeup on because I just needed to speak my truth, and I didn't have time to do whatever I usually do. So here it is. I'm wearing my shades on because I'm in the parking lot at Kroger, and it's bright. Okay, it's bright outside, and there's a big pimple right on my eyebrow right there. So I'm like, if I wear shades, it won't look as bad. But now you guys know where it is. There's a pimple right there. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm not talking about pimples. We're talking about our new normal. And this spoke to me today. Like, I have a whole list of things I want to talk about, but this is something I'm dealing with right now. And it's, dealing with your mental health during this new normal. Like I said previously that I used to be on medication. I used to take Lexapro for anxiety and depression. And I mean, it works for people. I don't think I was that person when I took antidepressant and anti-anxiety meds. It made me functional. I could go to work, I could do my job, but I couldn't be me. And when I say me, it means I didn't have that creativity that I usually have. I didn't have that that extra oomph that I usually do. It was kind of like I was sitting passenger in a car, but the car and someone else was driving, but it was like, you're driving me, but I wasn't me. So to anyone that, takes antidepressant, you need to do what you need to do for you. I'm not clowning anti-anxiety meds. I'm not clowning anti-depression meds. I'm not. Some people, it works and they feel better. They feel themselves, and that's great. I was not that person. Sorry, it's hot. It's hot. Let me turn my car on. The AC on blast. It's hot. Please hold. There we go. I hope this won't mess up the sound. But yeah, if you had to do that for you, that's you. That's good for you. I'm not clowning you for that. You need to do what works best for you. Unfortunately for me, that was not the best approach for me. I had to figure out what it was that was making me anxious and deal with it. And also still maintain who I am. So a lot of the things that made me anxious, like my previous job, not being in control of, my life, not being fulfilled in what I was doing, I'm no longer in those situations, so I'm not as anxious. It doesn't say I'm not anxious, I'm just not as anxious. Those were my big contributing factors. Now with, the pandemic and figuring out what's new, you have whole different anxiety issues now. Now I'm anxious about, making sure my daughter is prepared to start kindergarten. Now I'm anxious about making sure that my son isn't just going to be watching TV all day while I teach my daughter. Now I'm anxious about, okay, I'm not bringing in steady income. How can I contribute to this family if I can't do it financially like I used to have with a bi-weekly paycheck? So there's a whole new different forms of anxiety. So now I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna do? So I'm sitting there today and I'm reading my emails. I'm making sure I have everything ready for Bexley for kindergarten, and then looking at what I need to get for her for ballet. I had to get Jameson some equipment for soccer. I have to get her Bexley's school area set up, for her to start school. And then I'm like, okay, I have a bunch of new merch coming in this week that I have yet to do product descriptions for, create product pricing, add them to the website. I have new t-shirts coming in for the Made by Us collection. And I'm like, I usually have my social media calendar for the following month done this week, and then it's the kids' birthdays coming up, and I'm like, there's so much happening at once, and the majority of it is me procrastinating. I've had all month to prepare for September. I know this. I've had all month to prepare for Bexley to start school. I get that. It still sucks. It still sucks when it's the last hour and you're like, shit, I have all this shit that I need to do and not enough time to do it. And I start feeling anxious. And so luckily for me, not luckily, but for me, when I'm about to have when I feel very anxious, I can feel the symptoms leading up to it. I feel the tightness in my chest. I feel the unease. I feel myself getting kind of irritated very easily. So I tell my husband, you know what? I need to leave. I need to take a mental hour. I need to just distance myself from this house, from my kids, from my computer. I need to take that time to myself. And luckily, his meetings aren't to the point where the kids are super destructive. But he can have his work meeting and the kids can sit there and he'll be fine. I'm lucky in that sense. But it's like, if you're like me and you're dealing with all of this, you're with dealing with work, having your kids starting school, trying to maintain your mental health, right now you're probably feeling very anxious. And what I can tell you to do is what I did, was kind of take a moment for yourself. Sitting in your car when you're parked in your home, like your garage or your parking spot at home, sitting there for 15 minutes, that's a mental health break. And you deserve it. Sit in your car by yourself and just woosah. Go get a coffee by yourself. Go do some non-necessary shopping by yourself, because that is mental. That's important to you. Okay, I ran out the house. I'm like, I'm gonna go buy something. I don't know what it is I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna let my bank card speak to me. I'm gonna drive around, try to say, that store looks nice. Let's go in there. I'm gonna wear my mask because you got to in these streets. I'm gonna go buy something that I probably won't need, or I'll go buy more school supplies for Beck's sake. You can never have too many markers. So you know how these damn kids are losing markers all the goddamn time, all the time. All the time. You can never have too much markers. So I'm gonna go buy markers, But I needed to get out the house. I needed to just drive. I needed to play some music that is gonna let me just sing my guts out too. And already I feel less anxious, because you can only control what's in front of you. I can't control what hasn't happened yet. So yeah, I have new merch coming in, but it's not here yet. So let me control what I can control today. What I can do today is get my daughter's play area set up, because I have that here on my kitchen table. So I did that. What I can control today is going to the store and just buying something for whatever, because that's right in front of me. I can't control things that haven't happened yet. So I can't control how school's going to go because it's started yet. I'll have to deal with that as it comes. And it's like I'm talking to you, but I'm really talking to myself. I'm talking to myself saying, Jenny, like, don't freak out. You can only control what you can control. And sometimes you need to just tell yourself, like, sis, you gotta chill. Okay? It's gonna be fine. No one fails kindergarten. And if she does, oh well, she's not even 5 yet. She'll be 5 next week on Monday. She'll be fine. She's not gonna be traumatized for failing kindergarten. It's a pandemic. She'll be okay. You'll be okay. I'll be okay. We're all going to be okay, but we just need to focus on what's happening in front of us. So if you're me and you're feeling very anxious today, just take an hour to yourself. Even if it's in the bathroom. If you got to tell your kids, I got to take a poop, give me a minute, and just go sit on the toilet, do it. Just take an hour, 30 minutes to an hour to yourself, and just woosah. And remember, you can only control what's in front of you, and to breathe. And when you feel that anxious coming up, that anxiety, that pit in your stomach, that's like right there, right to my throat, like right there. Just remember, woosah, I can only control what's in front of me. So again, I just wanted to speak on this real fast. It was heavy on my heart, heavy in my throat because that anxiousness, and I feel better talking about it with you guys. So thank you for listening to me. I hope the sound won't be too bad with the AC running, but I'm gonna go shopping now. And the next video that I do, I will be looking, hopefully I'll look better. Hope this bad boy is gone. This is disrespectful. Disrespectful. But you guys have a great day, and we'll talk soon.